feeling.
I thought about that earlier and then let it go. Hi, everybody. We're just going to make sure that our audio and video are good. I might also need to go make some coffee before we get started. And Kyla's going to call. Kyla's going to be on the phone today. She's at home trying to paint many, many spindles on her railing. Maybe I need to call her. Hi, everybody. Brenda says hi, Talbot.
Hello, Brenda.
He says hello. Is the sound okay?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
I can hear me through my phone on your laptop.
I just had to mute you.
Can you share the link, or should I share the link?
I can.
Okay. I think we're good, Talbot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Give me a holler.
I will. Don't worry. Ooh, hot in Georgia. I bet. We're finally
warm here.
yeah, it's warm, but we're having like much less humid. Only high 70s today, I think, or 80. So, very nice weather here. So today, let me grab my other witch. We're just gonna hang out. I had a big push this week to get the fur ready, and I'll show you guys the. Let's see if she'll stand there. No. She's gonna sit, get her butt burnt. And then my son Evan needed me all day yesterday, so I didn't get to wet felt. So we'll work on the hat and the shoes and the hair, which is kind of what we were going to do anyway. I might try doing the hair with the fur, which yeah, would be a good approach.
You were going to make her kind of a redhead, yes?
Yeah, so I have this blend. Now, the thing about fur is that it's pretty fine. Like the alpaca and the silk in it are pretty fine. The mohair is heavier. But so it's a little like lofty kind of. It doesn't have a lot of weight. So as hair, it'll be interesting to see how it works. And it's also not necessarily as long as the some locks that you're gonna find, or Surrey, or so it's about 4 or 5 inches long. Some of the fibers in here are longer, so I can apply it just with the tiniest fold, and then like give her a haircut and see if I can do a little hairdresser style on her. I think the natural locks, whether it's Surrey or sheep or mohair, especially mohair is the best for hair, is just so fun because it does its own thing. If you're looking for that wild look, which with the witches I think is appropriate. But I didn't find in my lock stash the auburn that I was looking for. I had some at some point for a mermaid, but I must have dispersed them. So Anyway, so I'm gonna play with the fur. Just, it's kind of timely. You can see on the lion, this is the full length of the fur in half. So I put it on using the fur technique, the full length of the fiber, and that is what it looks like and how poofy it is. And then on the fox, I did a lot of shingling. I did the fur on the tail, and so this is in a 1-point anchor in the fiber, and so I cut the fiber in half before I even did that, and then I sort of further scissored it, and then I shingled his body because I didn't want actually I started to fur his belly, and it was just so poofy. Like, I would have had to cut 90% of it off for it to be the right shape. So then I shingled, and it still kind of has like that furry brushable look, but you use a lot less. You can cover ground a little bit faster, and it's a little more sculpted, a little more easy to sculpt.
There's some questions about what colors are in the mane of the lion.
Yeah.
What do you have on this fox?
The lion, I actually surprised me. I used camel, Irish, and mink.
Okay.
So, but I mean, lions' manes can be, sometimes they're really red, sometimes they have more black. Can be a lot of different things, but that's what I used on this one. And then the fox, I really used like so many of the colors. For the white, I blended Arctic and Platinum. I might have put a little bit of Silver Sable in there just because I didn't want it like super white.
Right. Yeah.
And especially on his little chest, I put that Silver Sable in there. And then his coat, kind of like her hair color that I might use today, had Irish, camel, and I can't remember if I did tabby or golden, but
so cool. You can see the sheen is coming across.
Yeah, good. And the tail has wolf and bison or mink. Again, the mink isn't. Arctic and panther are pretty much white and black. So the mink is off of black a little bit, like a very dark brown.
Like that espresso color.
That dark chocolate color. Mm-hmm. I'm still gonna work on him a little bit, his face, but I think he's really fun. So
can the fur be brushed?
Oh yeah. I'll show you. Even the shingled part can be kind of like refluffed after you've been handling it, and the anything that you've used the fur technique can totally be brushed. You just especially so you just anchor it really well, really firmly, and a little bit of fiber will come out, but not much. I'll show you on the lion. Now I do have a comb here, and you can see that I'm able to comb it, and what's coming out is just because I haven't combed it yet, so it's just letting some stuff go.
Did you change the method of making them, the lion and the fox? No, just the fur, right?
Oh, I'm always changing things because I'm learning too, and so the fox is completely different than the fox tutorial. It's bigger. I wouldn't be able to do the fur probably on the red fox tutorial.
Okay.
Yeah. The lion is the same. I just might have done a better job. Hopefully. So, but no, this fox is a larger fox, which I've done as a workshop a couple of times.
Does the fur mat at all?
I haven't had it very long. It is specifically designed to resist that. So a little brushing and fluffing should take care of that.
When you do the witch's hair, that'll be using the shingling method, correct?
I think I'll
they'll see shingling.
I think I'll probably do a single point, more like the fur method. So I'll show. Is there a question about the difference between the two?
There was a question for a demo on the shingling. I had said the duckling, all that fluff, you add shingling, right?
The duckling is a perfect example. We shingle on all the birds, the chicks, the birds. The duckling is probably one of the more recent videos, which is always good.
Well, and it uses the duck fluff, which is
similar to
fur. Yeah.
The duck fluff is a little bit different because it has wool in it. It has merino, whereas fur does not have any wool. So yeah, so the difference between what I call the fur technique, which is how we do the bunny puffs, how I did the lion's mane, and shingling, is the amount of distance that you felt onto the core of the sculpture. So for fur, it's like you're trying to get almost like a single point. And depending on the size of your sculpture, you can do teeny tiny little tufts of it, like we do on a mustache, or if you were gonna, work on something really small and wanted to fur the whole thing. Or you could go with sections that you put either a woodle or a wool noodle across, like a staple. That's how I did the big white snow hare. Actually, I think I shingled the snow hare because it was so big. It was gonna take.
Yeah,
it was gonna take so long. So which technique you use depends on a few things: how big your project is, how much time you have, how much you want to be sticking off. So in the case of the witch, we want hair. We want as much as possible to be hanging. And then how the staple length of the fur relative to the size of the project. So on the lion, the full staple length worked great. Like that's just right. On the fox, it's too much. So I cut everything in half, which is labor intensive because you're handling every section a lot. You're cutting it, you're restacking it. You might be blending a color. It's kind of slow going, but the results can be really worth it. And then, if I were doing a bird, like an owl or a raven, it's great for that too. I would shingle more because the feathers lie close to the body, so shingling makes sense. Shingling is going to give it a little bit more of a direction, whereas the fur technique can just shoot off any direction.
One other really good question: could you use fur in 2D felting?
I tried to needle felt wet felt with fur, and when I used wool, a little bit of merino, it worked great. When I did it only by itself, it was very, very loose. Like, I dare say it didn't felt, which is good because that's what we want it to do. With merino, it's going to act a little bit like silk or bamboo does, where it has the shine. It might wrinkle up a little bit in the merino. So we will have to experiment more with wet felting.
Direct 2D felting, though, could be really cool.
Yeah, depending on how much. Some people, when they 2D needle felt, they want real fuzzy wool, and they're doing a very tight, flat, like a painting. Yeah. Some people like, and the way I tend to 2D needle felt, it has more coming off of the canvas. So in that case, I think fur could.
Oh, when I made my
work
Finley, I would have loved some of that platinum for his chest.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So, yeah.
I think those are the questions.
Okay.
The furry, the furly.
So it's been, I don't know if you guys saw the newsletter, like the concept has been around for a long time, and then just us being able to deliver it in a good way, I think it just took a while. So I'm really excited about it, and this past week I leapt in and tried to make several things with it so that I could show these as examples, but there's still so much to explore with it. So eventually we will make a little fur tutorial that we can link up in the listing, but I'm still, like I said, kind of just playing with it and get my hands in it. One of the things that I'll show today is I'm using scissors a lot, and I was hoping to have them. I don't know what happened, but I ordered some professional hair cutting shears. So, and they sort of go from I'd say $40. I got a set, so regular shears and then the thinning shears. They kind of jump from $40 to $200, and then you could spend thousands on the professional ones. But I would, if you were going to get some for your needle felting, I would spend what you can afford, because they do jump in quality. It has to do with the shape of the blade and the hardness of the stainless steel that they're made with. A lot of anyway, I didn't get them. They were delivered on Thursday apparently, but it's a mystery. So I have my crappy my crappy old ones, so I'll show you with those. But as you get into realism and long hair, and if you're doing dog and cat sculptures, these kinds of tools would be really helpful. So okay, so I think the laptop's out of the way here. There's lots of things on my table. So like I said, I did not get to play very much with my witch this week. That was just my glasses. So I didn't work on her skirt. I did lickety split this morning. Felt a little hat. Probably could have gone a little heavier, but we talked last week about the quarter circle being good for the head shape, and that's what I did. I just laid out a quarter circle on my felting surface, and then I needle felted it a little bit, as you can see by all the fibers stuck in my, cleaning off my felting surface a little. And then I went ahead and closed it and stabbed that a bit to get it to stay. And then I laid out a circle of fluff, and I wrapped a tacky wrap stick in the same color, put that on my circle as my rim, folded everything in, and stabbed that so that I had a start. You can see my kind of weird center, my see-through center here. And then I took them both over to the sink, and I didn't get out a wet felting kit or anything. I just used soap and water in my hands and wet felted them a little bit. Yeah, so they turned out pretty good. I could have gone, they could have, as always, they could have used a little more, but. So now I need to put them together. And I should have given her a shirt so she's not quite so bare naked today. This fits her well. So I'm going to go with this diameter that I have at the base of my hat. And then I'm going to put that onto my, actually I'm going to, there's so many different ways you could do this. This is just one approach. I'm going to fringe these edges out a little bit, which as you can see is pretty easy to do because it was not super well felted. And then I'm going to put that down onto my brim, centered hopefully. If I have a thicker part, I'm going to point it towards, I had a little thin area over here. So I have a thicker part of my hat base that I'm going to put on my thinner part of my brim.
Did you use any kind of resist inside the hat part?
Nope.
When you
just
wet felting?
No, you just put your finger in there and make sure you keep working all around it. So if your pieces were way better felted than mine, which they will be, you might sew this together, versus needle felting it together. So I have so enjoyed the witches on Fanfare. Like, you guys are obviously having fun with it, and just running with all the accessories and ideas. I mean, you're giving me so many ideas. I wish I had more time to really dive into evolving these characters and sculptures, but I'll get to it. It's early. It's only early September.
Will your hat be fixed? Like, are you stabbing it under her head, or are you gonna? That's what I'm guessing.
I'm hoping that I can make it removable. It's always a little hard to get them to nestle onto the head properly.
Without stabbing them in a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so now I can see where everything is, and I can cut this inside circle. I'm just going to start in the middle. And actually, rather than cut out the circle, because my fiber is kind of fringy in here, I'm just going to make a few cuts in like spokes of a wheel, and then I'm going to push the fiber against the inside of the hat and felt it some more. My hat was just a little wimpy. I was just in here kind of rushing through things for an hour quick before we started. So I'm just pressing the fiber against the hat. I'm holding it up to the light. I see a thin spot here. So I'm going to take a little bit of the fiber, which is all I have left, apparently, and felt it onto the hat. If she wanted a matching dress, she's out of luck. So if I felt from the bottom, then it's not going to look as, needle felted versus wet felted.
What fiber did you use? Not specific colors, just what type? Is it mostly merino? Or?
I think this is a blend that I made for a dragon. So it's a little fuzzy. It has some mohair in it.
Okay.
But yes, merino, mainly silk. Alright, I'm pretty happy with this.
That looks cool.
Yeah. It wasn't hard. It really wasn't hard. So I'm just going around the inside, felting those brim cuts to the interior of the hat. I have another thin spot. It's like the last of the fiber. This, I mean, anything that wet felts, you would do well with this. I could even take this again and wet felt it in my hands, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially because now I'm stabbing fuzzy
Through?
bits. Yeah. All right, and then she has a bendable brim, so we can make it like,
Yeah, that's cool.
you know, all kinds of funky ways. I'm gonna work. I was just gonna work on her face a tiny bit. She needs a little color. I'm just breaking up a little. I don't know what this is. It looks kind of like Bunny Bear. It was in a box under my workspace, so it's a little bit I know it's a little bit ancient.
Was it about a half of a tacky wrap stick for the brim?
It was almost a whole one.
Almost a whole one?
Yeah, actually no, it was a whole one because I overlapped, like twisted it together.
Okay.
In one
so
part.
that is, are they 20 inches?
18.
18 inch.
And I elected for the tacky wrap stick because, first of all, I could wrap the fiber around it very easily, but also because it's waxed, it would keep the water off. Not
So
that,
people could also use their own tacky wrap and just use a 22
Yeah.
gauge.
Yep, 22 gauge, yeah.
They want us to come to the UK for some demos when all this COVID is done.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have a travel backlog. Oh, look what I did.
Yeah, right.
I put 2 reverse needles in my pen tool
Ooh.
and marked it with some tape. And that way I can really make an impact here. I'm just using the reverse needle on the edges of my pink so that it has a natural blend. She needs ears. I've been maybe kind of been avoiding that.
Oh, Hawaii.
What's happening in
So
Hawaii?
so many places to go.
Oh, okay. I'm
Look,
sorry,
Loki's
UK. I'm
Hawaii.
sorry.
I'm taking it as a personal invitation from Loki for us to go to Hawaii.
I might be going to Hawaii before I head back to the UK. They don't want me there anyway. I really want to go to Italy. This is a 42 gauge, which I seldom use because
It doesn't feel like it's doing
it
anything.
doesn't feel like it's doing anything, but in this case, actually 40 40 would be best probably because I could cover some ground. But let me grab some 40s. Let me see if I can zoom. Yeah, this is cauldron that I forgot I had. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, that cauldron is fun.
Yeah. I would love for her to have a really like sassy red lip. Do I have the correct red? I'll be right back to find out. Got some merino, which I can kind of like break up and pull apart pretty easily, so it's nice for a small area. This might be a little too this is gonna remind me of one of my no, not a school teacher. You know who it was? It was my dental hygienist.
Ooh.
Yeah, she was so like, I think she even had the little nurse hat on. The severe lipstick, short dark hair. Oh, I can remember that so well. And the smell of it. That place. Oh. I got a little bit of a deeper purple that I'm gonna mix in there.
Oh, that is a color.
It is deep. We'll see. Well, I just complicated it by putting a darker color in, so now it's going to be stripy if I don't blend it really well. So I hope everybody's doing well, having fun felting. All right, this might be all right. I don't know. I wouldn't wear it. But she's bolder than I am.
Would you wear the striped tights? I would wear the striped tights.
I would wear the striped tights, yeah.
I don't know that I'd wear a tutu-y skirt. I mean, I'd like to.
Yeah, I think I could do that maybe. Not like just to work. Let me grab a 40 or we're gonna be here all day. I put my 40s into one of my tools. Life's too short to not wear something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we definitely get into a comfortable place or a habit or, or this is what I have, you know what I mean? Or even this is what I can readily find, like sometimes I have an idea of something I want to wear, but, since I can't make clothes, if I can't find it, remember I said I was going to make her mouth a little bit open.
Yes, you
Yeah.
needed like
I
dark for
still
the
want
middle.
to do that, yeah. So I grabbed this, I can't remember what this is. It's like I don't think it's not black. It's a merino. It's really dark. Like a real dark chocolate color. And I was going to use it for eyelashes. See if I could do eyelashes. Yeah. So I think I'm going to see my mom for the first time since Christmas tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We are headed up to do the whole round of grandparents
Nice.
tomorrow. We'll be all good outdoors.
Yes, that's what we're
Nice
going to do.
just be outside, yeah.
Yeah. So I pulled this real fine and then I twisted kind of a little fold into it, and I'm putting the tapered end towards the corner of her mouth and the folded end towards the center. So I'm just taking this tiny bit of wool, giving it a little bend and roll in my fingers, and then I should look at a picture before I totally go astray here. Yep. Definitely need a picture.
Oh, people haven't seen any grandkids since Christmas. It's been long.
It's been so not good. Like, just so not good for our spirits, you know? All right, I'll be working on that. So I like to look for places that need to be, let me kind of zoom way in here, that need to be smoothed out. So under her nose here, she has a lot of folds and wrinkles. So if I use the reverse needles to pull that fuzz free, then I can use my 40 twist to stab it back in, and I'll eliminate a lot of those kind of fiber lines and that we get from making face shapes. And all right, I feel like I'm not quite getting the angle of the color of the lips right, so I'll have to work on that. So for example, right in here is a little kind of lumpy bumpy. She's going to get eyebrows, which could eliminate, you know, cover that. But just to show, if I take the reverse needle, and then restab it, it kind of smooths everything out. Okay, let me make some ears for this little lady, and then we'll do some hair. And then I have an idea about boots, but I saw some very nice boots happening on Fanfare, and now I feel like maybe they should come on and show us how it's done. So I'm going to make her a simple ear.
Ooh, Christmas red and carob. Nancy blended Christmas red and carob for lipstick.
Christmas red. Oh, yeah. That would be
right.
That would be very bold, yeah.
So skin tone on the faces.
Yeah, I'm using like a sort of 5-inch strip. So around 4 or 5 times.
Could you recommend a good skin tone for a weather-beaten look?
Well,
someone was asking what that was, and I said it was, you thought, kind of an off glow.
Glow, yeah, which is what this is. It's a little more kind of, definitely more weathered than fair and alabaster. But I think using a core like carob or brown underneath and pulling that out in places would really give you that. I like making ears. I like this little sculptural part of it. So we made the shape and now we're stabbing the the lobe and the So someone said once that my ears were too thick. You can, this is a clay sculpture trick, but also a wool sculpture trick. You can make the edge of something look thinner by just making the edge thinner. So even if your piece is a little bulky, which I like for the ear because I'm trying to get this, we do have a depth and thickness to our ear. It's not like just a flap of skin. So you can take your needle and stab the edge a little sharper, and then that'll make the whole thing look thinner. Now, pulling this one around is always not as easy for me. So yeah, my mom's coming over tomorrow, which is kind of like, I have different levels of clean, right? There's like my normal everyday. Then there's like my friends, back in the day when my friends used to come to my house.
Right, when we were allowed to do
so. Then there's my sister, Beth. That's a different level than my regular friends. Then there's my mom. My mom only sees my house once or twice a year, and I need her to feel that I'm doing well in life. And I'm on top of things, and she's proud of me, and all those things. Then there's like, I don't even know who's above my mom, like the queen, maybe, if we had a queen.
Like Architectural Digest.
Architectural Digest. Oh man, that would be the day. So
Joyce uses a small flat hair iron for flattening her ears.
Oh, that's great. That's a great idea. I have one of those. I should go heat it up. So you just right on the edge.
Is your mom clean one step under Sell My House?
Yes.
The white glove clean.
Which is kind of like in the back of my head all the time now, is like, okay, if I'm going to downsize, I'm going to sell my house. I don't want to have to like spend a year getting it ready. I want it to, so I'm trying to get things to kind of exist in a more
Nice, yeah.
But see, the problem is my mom and my sister are both very neat people, so that's the extra layer to those. Yeah, I love her little ear. See, and then it automatically has that. Well, I don't know what that's called. The way your ear comes off your head. So maybe just a little bit of fiber in here. I'm not going to give her the thing that starts with a T. I knew I wasn't going to remember the name of that. I mean, I could, I guess, if I just fold this into a little. Look, I'm like, I'm not doing it, and then I'm doing it.
Nice.
So, but tomorrow we are mostly going to be deck.
Yeah, we're gonna be
So we're gonna be deck.
outside.
So it's really, I just have to get out the power washer.
Oh man. The Tragus, Tragus.
Yes, I remember that from last week or the first week, but I couldn't remember the name. This one, it kind of made itself, so we'll see if that holds up in which court. And then, of course, you got to make sure they're the same. Same-ish. This one's a little far back, I guess. Then do they have the hangy lobes or the joined up lobes? My family has the hangy lobes. I don't know what that's
Bill
called.
has one of each.
What?
I know.
Well,
He's
we
an
need
absolute freak of nature. I feel like we've talked about this on a video before.
we need a picture of that. I don't
But it
know.
just freaks me out every time.
I feel
one
like
of
I-
each.
I feel like I would remember that.
Like
Freaks-
it's not even
Freaks you
doesn't
out
even
every
even
time.
possible.
I'm just imagining like every time you see him, you going, ah.
It's weird. I know. It's so weird. I don't notice it except whenever we talk about it. He's like, one of each.
That's so funny. He's special.
Oh, he's special, all right.
Yeah.
The ears look great.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing the trick. She's cute. She doesn't look very young right now. I'll have to work on that. Maybe her hair will give her more youthfulness.
My witch's ears came out like pointy elf ears. Can witches have pointy ears? I mean, I would think so.
That's the cool thing about witches. They be
There's no-
spelling themselves into all
Okay.
kinds of different.
There's no wrong.
My favorite character on The Witcher is a mage who was a hunchback and then goes through this transformation to eliminate that, to straighten her spine, and it was crazy. Yeah, so good. It's funny, there's certain areas that I handle my sculpture a lot, like the fox. I was just constantly holding it right behind its rib cage on its back. Oh boy, I just pulled her head off. So she should have a little bit more forehead, which would make her hat stay on better. So I'm gonna try to do that.
Blend one in.
Yeah. Just gonna add another taco Maybe a little poof on top of her head. Because the other thing that happens is when you start stabbing the hair in, the top of their head is like the least felted. And so, I mean, if you can see, like I can really compress things here. So you start stabbing their hair in and their head gets like, yeah, even smaller.
Tara Furness is asking, do you have a camera in my room? She looks like me without hair. All the way in the UK, I think Tara said she was from.
That's so funny. We had a lot of that with our bodies. With our witch bodies. Are you spying on me? It's getting better.
Voila, more forehead.
Yeah. This is always my issue.
Ooh, it looks a little bit like her brain now.
Ew. Because I put a line across it?
Well, you can just see some of the stab marks.
Yeah.
It's looking a little brainy.
I'm not going to worry about what's getting covered with hair, but I will refine the actual forehead part. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so off center here. All right, hair is going to be a great big experiment. This is a great place for the reverse needle. I want to reverse needle my wrinkles away.
I know, right? Some of the stuff you're doing, you just took away those side. It's like this magic eraser.
Yeah. No more wrinkles. All right.
That's our wisdom and our experience, those wrinkles.
Yes. On my laptop, I'm going to just look for an auburn hair. Oh, there's my friend Emma. What's her name?
What?
That actress that I like.
Me?
Emma Stone. Is that it? Emma Stone?
I think so.
Ooh. Now, if I had my locks, I would be going for that. Maybe I can curl my fur. Ooh, you know what? What's her name? The singer for Florence and the Machine.
Oh.
That's a cool hairstyle.
You work so fast. Have you ever stabbed yourself on camera? It is rare.
She's got some bangs. We're gonna give her bangs. Won't that be fun? Then you're gonna get to see me cut it. It's rare.
It's rare.
I do work fast on camera because I don't want you guys to have to sit here. I mean, I work fast, but especially when we're filming, because I don't want you to have to sit here and, watch the excessive stabbing. So often I would go back and refine things. Okay, I'm going to felt this short side down, and on every piece I'm going to use a little staple, and I can use a flesh tone or I can use the color of the hair. Flesh tone's nice because it matches the scalp, and I could probably use caramel would work well. Now this is where, when you're doing this technique, you want to take your time and stab quite a bit. Because this piece is holding all of this on. And you want it to be secure and brushable. So now when I brush this, some will come off because I probably didn't capture quite every fiber. See, I did restack it, but I had some fibers that I didn't capture the end of it.
What color is this again?
Okay, this is a mix. So this is Irish, I can't remember if it was Irish, tabby, and camel.
Is this one of the ones pictured?
Yeah, this is one of the ones that I mixed in the
newsletter?
picture of the newsletter.
Let me look.
It might be
Irish, tabby, and golden?
Yeah, that's the one. So the furs have kind of a few really pure colors. Like tabby is bright. Golden is pretty pure. Irish is a muted red. Bison is a pretty pure brown. Then you have your grays, like silver sable, wolf. Silver sable and wolf, I guess, are the most pure grays. And then you have all your browns. Ooh la la.
I'm linking the fur in case anyone's interested. I'm not entirely sure the links work, but it is available on the site. There's a whole fur page.
So this will be a good demo of how it works for hair, because it's not something I've done yet. I did do it as a horse mane, but because the mane is just a strip, I had a hard time getting it to lie down. Like I said, it's kind of light and lofty. But that's the case with any fiber you're going to use on horse mane because of the scale.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's going to be people taking the fur blends to their hairdressers.
I want to look like this. So you can see the amount of shine that's here. But what'll be good about this moment in this felt along too is, whether you're using locks or Surrey or fur, is seeing how I treat the hairline. Because that's a tricky part, the part and the part over the ears and all that. Yeah, but we're going to definitely give her some bangs. So this is going to cover, this, and then this long is going to hang down over everything. So these two, having this little bit, the more that you have stick this way, the stronger the bond is going to be. I would not recommend putting the end of the fur on, having it all hang and just stabbing in the end of the fur. I feel like that would pull out.
Pull out.
Yeah. I would do a fold, and this is fine enough that it does fold very well. It doesn't like kink up or anything. Sometimes locks or Surrey is hard to fold over because it is actually more hair-like. So we're gonna have a fun Fiber Fairy at the end of the month. Very excited. It's been, oh boy, since March. So that'll be fun. Kyla, maybe we can go live stream from Facebook.
I was trying to figure out how to get a picture of Bill's earlobes. He just walked in the room.
Oh, you're gonna have to put that on Fanfare because you can't put them on YouTube, right?
I know, so I missed.
Thanks for participating, Bill. We're fascinated.
I'll post a picture on Fanfare. He will be so excited.
We're waiting on the edge of our seats. Now, then it's going to start a trend of anomalies. Everybody's going to be like, well,
I know, right?
my toes do this and my eyeballs do this.
Mm-hmm. What are we going live for?
Fiber Fairy.
Oh, yeah. That's been too long.
Yeah.
Just like the grandparents' visit.
Yes.
Someone's asking how you know all of this. How did you learn?
I like that question. That means I'm impressing somebody. Oh boy, it's been a long, just a long path of figuring stuff out. Experimenting, learning from my other fiber friends. I think I like when see it in others and in workshops and on Fanfare is we all learn and grow when we kind of just take a bold step. Like you kind of don't know what's going to happen. You're in uncharted territory and you go there, and so even if it's not going to work, feel like a fail, you're still getting information to put into your bank, and and so we all
What?
Oh, she's gonna be lovely, but she totally looks like a freak right now. She needs the hair over her ears. So let's see here. So on a man, I would normally put it. I would do something like this, and have it be the sideburn. But we don't like really have sideburns like that. So I'm gonna do a half piece, a little narrower. Let me just take a little narrow piece here and do it in half right here. In other words, I'm going to felt right in the center. So, and then I can decide, does this tuck behind her ear or is it hanging down or what's going on here?
You're using the skin tone to tack it down?
I am, yeah.
To lock it in?
Yeah.
You could use core, though. You just want something coordinating with the skin. I
think the skin tone is nice because then you get a more natural kind of hairline. Like I could even reverse needle this out and stab it back in, and it gives you a hairline. You know what I mean? Like versus like a too strong of a transition. That's what my washer and dryer sound like.
You can hear it.
Yeah. I don't know if they could hear that, but I could hear it from my phone. What time is it? I wanted to do boots too. I don't
It's 2
Oh,
and
okay.
5.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Oh, they heard the washer.
So now I'm going to bring it all together here.
I used to have a whole song for the washing machine song.
Oh,
Lyrics.
Oh, that's funny.
Just stupid lyrics.
My laundry's clean now,
Yeah,
now
pretty
I have
much.
to fold it.
Come and empty me now. Yeah, the whole thing.
And if I don't fold it, then I have to iron. I got myself a steamer.
What?
Mm-hmm.
You have a whole fancy setup over there
Yeah.
with your clothing racks and
Yes.
steamer and
My boudoir. Whew.
it's a lot of work getting the hair on. It's like extensions.
Yeah. We can braid it. We can make some ponytails. We can give her updo. I need a haircut. I don't know. I've got like my grown out COVID buzz.
Wednesday. I have a haircut on Wednesday
Ooh,
morning.
that's exciting.
Only to throw it back in a bun. The weather's getting nicer again, so we'll have
Yeah.
the top down. Then there's no point in fixing my hair. We do appreciate the UK people who take the hit. Someone asked if we ordered or if we shipped to the UK, and I said yes, but just keep an eye on the feeds, and we wish it was different. And
Yep. Working my way to the crown.
there is a UK site that sells some of our things. She has not gotten any of the fur. I don't know how much loose fiber. It's usually just supply packs.
Yeah, some tools. Yeah, I'm a member of the UK needle felting page group. And I don't chime in there too much because I know that they're, well, not that I would be trying to sell stuff anyway, but I know that they're created the group because they're, trying to share UK needle felting sources. So that is one option. Oh, she's looking pretty creepy clown right now.
Well, she has a definite forehead.
What are you saying? She's got a forehead now, is what you're saying.
She's got a forehead now. Well, it's just standing out. It won't once you get her hair on.
Yeah.
So is there any wool in the fur? There's not actual wool.
No sheep wool. It's good to have your staple pass the fur line on each side. Like you want that wool anchored around it on each side. And I need to put just a little bit more here because I wimped out a little. But I mean, I can tug that pretty darn good, and it's not not going anywhere. And then when you fold it over, you know, and you start felting the next one on, which is also going to stab that in more.
Will the hair change the fit of the hat?
Yeah. Yes. Just as in real people's. So I'll make sure, I'll check that in 1 second. So I'm angling this a little bit differently. This is a really pretty color.
Mm-hmm.
It's like cinnamon on shine. It's like...
The shine is really showing up on the video too.
Alright, now once I get really around the crown of the head, then I'm going to think about how is she parting her hair. Because I want it to have a real natural fall to it. So because those initial pieces were real low on the back of her head, like her hair's down to her butt, even though the steeple length isn't quite long enough to have it all that length, the initial pieces are that length. So she's gonna get a nice layered look.
Caramel chestnut color.
Yeah.
It's very pretty.
Very pretty.
Ooh, Rachel Scott has that hair color.
Ooh, I've never gone red. I mean, I've always been blonde. Once I did my hair dark brown because I watched Amelie and I wanted to be like her. And my kids like freaked out. Like they were like 2 and 4 or something, and they were just like all freaked out. And I didn't like it either. I went back to blonde. Just getting a little head deformity, so I'm stabbing it in.
38's in your pen tool.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna work on the bangs. So first, I'm gonna do her hairline. I'm gonna put one where her hairline should be. And I'm going to do it in half because I know I'm going to be cutting this. And then she's pretty much going to have a middle part. She's going to have that classic, like, the bang triangle and the middle part. So right now, I'm just trying to create her hairline. And I'm just checking that is where I think it should be.
You can't like super mess. Okay, you could super mess it up, but in general, some of us have more forehead than others. So,
right.
As long as you get it in the right, kind of area.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go. I so wish I had my fancy scissors. I'm like so disturbed by this. You know, we've.
Did you go to the house?
We've had some customers who didn't get their stuff recently, but not because we didn't ship it. We shipped it. It's just USPS is a little janky, and they did get their stuff ultimately. It just, the tracking is off, and anyway, and so I'm that person right now. I'm like, where's my scissors?
Did you go to the house?
I didn't go to the house. You know what? I texted the landlord and asked him to ask.
Nice.
But I should go up to the house. I mean, they were handed. It says they were handed to the recipient.
To somebody.
So whoever took them had to see that my name was on it. Mm-hmm. Not that they know me, but they know that it's not them.
Right.
Oh yeah, I mean, she could just go full on like Adele here.
Mary has struggled with hair, and she's seeing that she's just too impatient with it.
Because we're sitting here doing this for
45
minutes.
It's a whole process.
I think, a little bit of it depends on the end result you're after and the kind of fiber you're using.
Right.
There's no one way. And also the scale, if it's a little gnome, you're slapping some blocks on the back and.
Mm-hmm.
But the fur especially needs the stabbing because you have to lock it in well.
This is the Tina Turner hair phrase.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Definitely. It's like, I'm looking at her. All right. Couple more pieces here. But you can see how fine it is. It is not. Surrey is a little more hair-like, This is a little more fur-like. So, but it's fun, and she's imaginary. So.
She's imaginary. She's got a little bit of troll.
She's
going
imaginary,
on
and she's 14 inches tall. So. So now I'm going to do 2 on each side with the center part. I might even do 1 in the middle to make the center part. I don't know. We'll see whether it is a fold over exposing the skull or if I'm putting a little bit of fur there.
Ooh, I see your hair.
Boop, boop. My hair is its natural color, which has not been in a long, long time. And I'm hoping it turns into that color that I blended. It was Arctic Platinum and Silver Sable. It's like a taupey blonde, like a cool. But my gray is all right here. It's all right on my temple at the moment. Sorry, I gotta back her up here. So I have an idea for boots that involves some 22 gauge wire. I like the stilettos. I think I'm gonna go for that look. Mm-hmm. She's really gonna be Tina Turner. So my needles are going in about 1.5 inches every time. So that is getting what was previously done, down in there a little bit. It all locks up together. I think I'll do 1 more back here and then 2 to the sides. So this was probably never mind. I'd be guessing. I was gonna guess how much fiber I'm using, but I would totally be guessing because I didn't weigh it. But I'm thinking about 1/3 of an ounce.
Some enthusiasm about the high-heeled shoes.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm gonna have to Google some stuff on that too. I would love to be a shoe designer. I've always loved shoes my whole life. Isn't that a weird thing? Like, I feel like, you know, we're born with certain things, like, you know, loving animals but like being born loving shoes. I don't know. It's just funny. Like my sister Amy, my mom said, always wanted to wear dresses. Like she just always wanted to be fancy. And she's still that way. And that's just an interesting... I feel like I need something. I'm having a really hard time getting this. Here we go. So that's not like necessarily being girly, or I don't know what to call it. More feminine. It's not necessarily it's not a learned thing. I don't know. I guess that's the ongoing debate, nature versus nurture, but it's both, I guess. I think it's important to be careful to nurture what is our nature. That makes the strongest person.
Not weird. I'm fascinated with shoe design too. Or I guess I'm weird too.
It's not weird. It's just, I'm just saying it's an interesting thing to have from birth,
well,
I guess.
We all have our interest in...
Yes, yeah.
And then to other people, it like totally doesn't matter.
That totally doesn't matter. But to me, like the first thing I look at is a person's shoes. I'm like, okay, I know a lot by your shoe choices. Including the fact that it doesn't matter to you.
Right.
To the person I'm observing.
Do sheep have ticks or fleas? Is that...
I don't think so. Goats can get lice.
Okay. Like lice that would also be people lice?
No,
Or it's like
nope.
lice?
It's its own thing. Doesn't jump over. Doesn't translate, but still unpleasant for them. And sheep and goats, ticks and fleas. I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. Certain.
Now Audrey is saying both.
Okay.
So there could be people who know things here because we don't know.
So do they treat for that, or okay? So I have this that's too much of a part. So I'm going to put one right down the center with a little bit of flesh on top, and hopefully it will blend well. Meaning it will look like a part, not like a great big stripe.
Right down the center of their head.
Yeah. So I'm particularly stabbing this in deep because I kind of want it to disappear.
Mm-hmm. Well, some people are saying big flat feet and having gigantic feet make you hate shoes.
Oh.
If you don't have the shoes available in your size.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Or a skinny, high arch foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see foot problems and shoe problems being more frustrating than anything.
All right, I'm going to brush her hair, and it's going to kind of pull out whatever.
Seasonal sheep dipping.
Yes. I didn't have my sheep long enough or enough to kind of get into that. Yeah. Unzoom. Unzoom. There we go. Now, I'm not going to save. I don't save what I pull out of my brush because it's so PC and... Alright. But I'm not worried about how much comes out because I know I put a ton of hair on there. So,
Yeah, she is rocking the troll look at the moment.
yeah. So I'm just gonna stab her hairline a little bit, and that gets rid of those spots where it was like you could see the lines, you know. Now I might need, well, no, this should be okay because that's what our hairline does. So I'm gonna pull this out.
Jane said she's flying on her broom.
Yeah.
She's got that look right now. Wing whipped.
She's slipping around is what she's doing. And then I'm gonna stab it back in on itself. And I'll do the same thing here.
Oh, could you use some of what you pulled out for her eyebrows?
Oh yeah, I could. That's a good idea. I'll have to see if I can like kind of cut it or like how I'm gonna.
Ooh, it's a fro hawk. People's commentary.
There's like there's like a mohawk mullet too. Oh my god, she could totally have that. She could totally have that. Like I could like cut this short, stick that up. But we were we were going for Florence and the Machine, so let's see if we can achieve it. So, because I just want to show you how to, if you are going to try to make a natural looking haircut. Now, Little Red Riding Hood, I took to Laurie. I took to my hairdresser. She had a little cape and everything. She had a little protective cape, and Laurie gave her a sweet little bob. Okay, I'm trying to figure out. I have to hold her in a way that. All right, I want to return her center part, which is looking more natural now. I'm getting a little bit of static. I need my Laura.
Your little spritzer.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna take a needle, my wooden needle, and make her bangs part. And so it's a little bit of like a, you want to start in the center, and I'm pulling, I put that one piece forward, but I'm actually pulling a little bit from the pieces that were going to the side as well. I need to go back further.
Yeah, don't be making the bad bangs on her.
No, we got to make the good bangs.
Nobody wants the bad bangs.
So I'm just checking here to see where I am. So if you put the hair on in a way that is realistic or natural, then you should be able to give her a realistic haircut. Is this going to be like cutting the wet felting? Nobody wants to do it.
No, who's going to cut bangs?
I know. All right, well, I'm going to start here, and I might take and add a little bit more because she has a ton of hair. Actually, I'm just going to start with a little bit more because I can tell that I need to go a little deeper and a little wider. And this seems like maybe I locked some hair up. There we go. I'm gonna start here. Got a little weird bulge there I'm stabbing down. So when I cut hair, I start long, and as I slice, I move the scissors up so that I don't get like a super blunt cut. This is not how I cut my own hair. This is how I cut needle felting hair. I don't cut my own hair, Lori. Okay. And then we can periodically... Oh, she's still gonna... Tina Turner had this look, too, for a little while. She's...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm looking at my reference. All right. And then... Again, a little shorter. It would help if she had eyebrows, and I wouldn't know where to cut. It would also help if I had my fancy scissors.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So this is the kind of the problem with the Surrey too, is that it becomes very straight. It's very straight. So I wonder, this does have mohair in it. I wonder if I wet it. Yeah, if she would get a little bit of curl. Oh, girl, I don't know if bangs are the right look for you. Florence has a very narrow, long face. All right, so these have these are the thinning shears, and you can cut without
removing everything.
Yeah, cutting that blunt, which is great too for when you need to try to get the fiber to hang a little bit, because it thins it out a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll wet it and see what happens. Like, 'cause she has no hang. It is a lot of poof. And it's very straight. But you can see how if you were making a golden retriever, the fur would be perfect. She's cute. It's gonna be cute. I just have to keep playing with it. Yeah, but let me give these a little more trim here. I'm just gonna cut them, and then...
Someone suggested a test wet.
Yeah. That's me. Testing it out for you.
Well, I mean, you could test it not on her actual bangs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I do tend to not test enough. Like, I was so freaking out about the background paper for the photography area that I made, and I'm like, it's too yellow. So now I have to make a whole new one. But that's because I didn't test it. I just pulled the paper and started spraying it. So I'll test the new one. All right. You're going to be a handsome woman. Someday. Maybe not today. Oh, especially with your bang part showing there. All right, she definitely needs eyebrows eyelashes. Let's see if we can do some eyelashes in here and see what that does for her. I've got this. Oh, what did we say it was called? Somebody looked it up for us. Oh, no. It's not carob. This isn't carob. Oh, brother. I didn't have that coffee. I've got some merino, which was very fine, but for a sculpture this small, I think it's going to be the right thing to attempt eyelashes. Eyelashes are a level of detail that probably is a little too not quite right for this scale.
Well, what will, with her hair so light, I guess they'd be mascaraed eyelashes.
Yes, she's got makeup on. She's heavy on the lip, so she's going to go light on the eye. Now, I'm attempting to stab into her eyelid, not her eyeball, but I couldn't see what I was doing. But I did pretty well.
They're suggesting that you use the scissors and cut vertically, the thinning shears, and it will help with the fringe.
So cut
Like up and down,
like a
versus
layer,
side to side.
like this, like that way.
I don't know, I'm gonna have to wait like 15 seconds.
Yeah, that's how I would cut hair. I would pull it up this way and cut it that way. But this is just such a little amount. It's hard to. All right, we're gonna see if this worked.
Yep, that way.
Yeah. It's a little, there's a spider on your eye, but I had, I don't know what it's called. It's not false eyelashes, like they add them on. I had that for a little while. It was fun.
It's dramatic,
Yeah.
but cool.
But yeah, my eyelashes like went up to my eyebrow. It was amazing. Talk about feminine.
Doe eyes.
I was like, who could I bat my eyelashes to? So we were talking about felt-alongs and looking at the calendar, and I think I'm gonna suspend the Saturday felt-alongs for a little while. We got the Fiber Fairy coming up, and then before we know it, I've got a lot of October birthdays. Then we're in the holidays.
Yeah, your October's always super busy.
So, and we accomplished what we set out to do, which was share some time together during lockdown, and hopefully keep the inspiration going. So right now there are no plans. Which really, the felt-alongs are just about the only thing that I've planned recently that have actually happened. So we did well. All right, her lips are all jacked up. Her eyebrows are her eyelashes are working on one side, not on the other. She's still naked.
She is. She is topless.
Yeah. I should have covered her up for today. She needs a little time. She could even have more hair go to bangs. She really could. Like I started, I'm only here. She really needs them to go all the way back. One of the things that I want to invent is a holder, a sculpture holder. For this very reason.
So people plan like 2 hours for your hair.
Oh my gosh, what time is it? Has it been 2 hours?
Well, no, you did like face and stuff too, but
Yeah.
you're probably closing in on
Okay.
like 40 minutes or whatever,
Yeah.
and that's
Oh, this is better. This is better. This is a softer look. Yeah. All right.
if the bangs are layered, they might hang down better.
Well, they are layered. It's just the floofiness of this combined with the length, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're only half an inch long, so they don't have a lot of hang. But I'm gonna keep playing with it. Okay. Yeah, she's kind of Tina Turner right now. I don't know. Stilettos, I didn't really have a plan. We're gonna work it out together. Oh, let's see how her hat fits. Her hat's gonna hold her hair down.
Yeah, right. Someone
Like,
just said maybe the hat will help hold the bangs down.
yeah. Oh, she's so cute. She needs them to go off to the sides so that we can see her pretty eyes. It's gonna be okay, little lady. Once we get you some clothes. Yeah, but the hair looks cute sticking out from under the hat. It looks really cute. We lose her big head poof. All right. Let me Google goodbye Florence high heel boots. I think she wants to have boots. Ooh, give her a platform boot. All right, the first thing I need to do is establish a heel. So I just went around the ankle with some 22 gauge wire, and then I'm just gonna, I wonder if I can feed it through. Let me see, I want it to be about that long. So I want to cut it to about there. I'm cutting basically a 22 gauge wire in half. Let me back up and do that, and then we'll use one for each side. Wait a minute, is this a full 22 gauge wire? 12, yes.
That looks like it.
Yeah.
Joyce has used decorative pins to hold hats down. Like you could
Yeah,
glue
that's fun. Yeah.
feathers or beads or something to the pin. Kind of make a hat pin.
This hat was kind of staying on, I think.
Yeah, it seems like it does.
But they're so, yeah. I mean, I could get it better if I used a pin because the sculptures are so light and the hat is so light that it just, I mean, it could just pop or shake off. But, all right. So I went around her ankle as tight as I can. And then I was going to see if I could stick it through the actual heel. Oh, I can. That's because my heel isn't wrapped well. But if you can't, just, just go down along the heel. But I was able to stick it through the little heel fold. And then you decide how high you want her heels to be. Come back. And then I'm just going to go around the ankle again. Now I'm getting quite a bit of wire wrapped around her ankle, so I want to take that off because not just keep wrapping and wrapping because it is going to get hard to stab in there.
Jan saying she uses an egg carton to keep her sculpture from moving. The heavy paper type egg carton.
Okay.
I don't totally understand how the egg carton doesn't move. Maybe upside down?
Ooh, that's some heels. Okay, we're going to go for it. Let me see how long I made that so that I make the other one the same.
The same.
Yeah.
Assuming the legs are exactly the same.
Yes. 3/4 of an inch.
Time to even out your sculpture.
So it's 3/4 of an inch. I could see swaxing the platform of your shoe, like the sole of your shoe.
The underside for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna grab some core wool and just get her foot wrapped and the heel wrapped. And then I'm gonna make a few like shapes to put onto the foot. Okay. Let's see what I have in my bag of tricks. Got some snap pea. I think I'm gonna grab some carob because her boots are gonna be dark and I don't want green stabbing through. Yeah. You could also use some wet felted pieces to make her boots, which would be really cool. Probably the best of both worlds. She guys looking at her butt face down. It's funny. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is wrap the foot a little bit more because it really wasn't even totally developed properly. Some pre-fill might work well. I don't know. I'm going to think about what's in my arsenal here. She has nice legs. Don't worry about your makeup. I'm gonna fix it. All right, she definitely needs a platform happening because I've already made her heels like way too high. Should be in those like ones where your tippy toes don't even touch the ground. I have mixed feelings about high heels. It's my feminist battling with my styly like when I see a woman or anyone rocking high heels, I'm just like, wow, you know, like, I don't know, it's just cool.
Yeah.
But then I also think about like foot binding and how it's really just the same thing but in shoe form. You can't run or defend yourself if you need to. So I'm a little all over the place with it.
High heels hurt less when you're flying.
I don't, but yeah, these are going to be cool. I don't wear them often because I feel like they jam up my back, but I kind of sometimes wish I could.
I like wearing them when I dress up.
Yeah.
I don't need heels in particular either, but
yeah, no, you look great in heels. All right.
Well, height-wise, I don't really need the
right.
additional inches, but
all right, I'm gonna make her a nice platform for her toes because I made her heels so high that like she almost would be on her only the balls of her feet if I brought her foot down enough. So using some black core, I'm going to make like a big like a platform. Not sure how. I'm thinking the face ace is going to be the way to go here. Because then I can get it as thick as I want it. And it's sort of going to have the right shape.
Stilettos can be used as weapons.
Yes, that's true. You can't run, but you can take your shoe off.
Just throw them.
All right, let's see. We want it to be down here, I think. And so I'm thinking about the shape from her toe to the ball of her foot. I'm going to use this whole 5-inch piece here. I'm going to go this way. I'm just looking at my images for a second. Yeah. Okay, so it's going to be stabbed flat this way. I'm watching my fingers. So flat across there, and then rounded towards the big toe.
Looks like your mini corner camera is frozen. Not that
Yeah.
not that there's anything you need to do, but we still see your overhead, just not your upper.
Yeah. I'm just messing with something. USD capture HDMI Camlink 4. What's this other one? HD user facing. No, that's got to be. Okay. I would have to have Talbot run up, I think. Maybe I will. I need to move the little intercom thing over here. Because nobody's behind
the
counter now anyway. And if Jennifer buzzes me, I'm like, and I gotta like
across
get up
the
and run
room.
over there.
Do you want me to text him?
Sure. Thank you. So this would be a good job for the grab and stab. All right, and then this one I want to round towards that big toe.
If you were to call this witch a level of project, what would you call it?
Oh boy. 4, I guess.
A 4, yeah.
I mean, it could be a 3. It just depends on how realistic you want to get, and wrapping fingers is a level 3. What a level 3 is working on. Faces. Did Kyla's text work?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Did you say yeah?
I didn't say anything. I just came up here.
Oh, he just was his spidey sense.
No, she said to go up here, so I came up here.
Oh, so it did work. It worked. That camera's frozen.
So you probably need to go into OBS.
Okay.
And
It's this one.
yeah, you could. Is there like a? I'd hit deactivate and reactivate.
Oh, that sounds very dangerous.
Okay. Now I know. It's working. Thank you.
I don't remember if that's the same way I fixed it last time, but it works.
Yeah, thank you. All right, I've got my platforms.
Excellent.
Look,
Good job, Talbot.
thank you, Talbot.
Well,
Okay, so this one points to that bit. Oh my gosh. She's fabulous. I think, how am I going to do this? I think I have to put a thin layer of wool around. Let me zoom in a little. This is fun. This is why felt-alongs are so good. I get to do stuff. It's so funny. This little Zoom remote is so janky. All right, before I do that, I'm going to wrap the heel. But I wanted you guys to see. And then, so I shaped it. I tried to make it flat. And I tried to shape this part flat and this part rounded towards her big toe. That's the shape I'm going for. But before I wrap that on, I'm going to wrap these heels in black. a little bit of tacky wrap wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't think I have it. Okay.
Everybody needs a Talbot.
Oh my gosh, no kidding.
Someone said everybody needs a Talbot.
So I'm just going as tight as I can, as smooth as I can, and the heel can be as chunky as you want it, or not. I feel like might have hit an awkward design shape where it's not a stiletto and it's not. Oh boy. Come on, Sarah. Here we go. What color are her boots? If you don't put black in your swags, it would kind of get the black like more muted and not looking as fabulous. I'm picking up all kinds of fur pieces in my
yeah. People are enjoying seeing you figure it out as you go along.
Good.
Is there anything you can't make?
Spreadsheets.
Spreadsheets. I'm not a fan myself.
Probably. There's lots I can't make. All right. So now, what's that? What's that?
These shoes are pretty fussy.
Yeah. Well, especially with our fancy platforms. Okay, I'm going to put a thin piece of black around this just to get it on, but I want to redefine the platform. Like, I want the seam between the foot and the platform part of it. But this is going to let me hold it on, and then I can stab it into the shapes that I need. Gotta go back just a little farther. Maybe. This is tricky. This is like little elves need to come in and do this. While we sleep with their little nimble hands. Oh gosh. Okay, I'm gonna really wish I had some wet felted fabric to work with here. So by stabbing into the bottom, I'm flattening it out. I'm like starting to get it to stick to the foot. Now I'm gonna stab from the top. Sorry that it's not a great angle. This is worse than hooves. Hooves are tricky business. All right, here's where we are right now. I want these shoes that are not even done yet. That's a good look. I know you're all chiming in at home. I'm like, that's a good look, and it's like silent.
I haven't quite seen them yet. There we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
They look kind of cool, right?
Mhm. I like them black.
You think black? I'm not a fan of...
I pictured black boots the whole time, but I realized they could be anything.
Yeah, I'm thinking a dark teal. I'm not a fan of black with the Well, let's see. I mean, she's gonna have some orange, and that matches her hair, and like, I don't know, maybe black. I don't have black boots, so maybe that's why I'm like not feeling it. I'm too pale to wear black. Okay.
Yes, but her skin is glow.
Yes, that's true. It's so funny. My sister Amy posted a picture, like a memory kind of thing, and she was in like blue, and she had like something purple on. And it was so weird because she opened a School of Rock. And since she has been a School of Rock mom and owner, and she pretty much wears black now, like all the time. Always has black shoes on, and in this picture she had like brown shoes on. And so anyway, it was just funny. I was like, oh my gosh, you've got on color. But yeah, so that's when we were talking about how you just kind of get into a
what you wear.
Yeah. And black is easy because, you know, you just put it on.
Blacks don't always match though.
Oh yeah, well you got your faded.
You
need to get a new black t-shirt black.
Mhm.
So I could see having like a purple. Would this purple work? This was from the other witch. And how high do her boots want to be?
Oh, they're looking cool.
Well, the first piece is like a toe cap. So you want to look at shoe construction a little bit, see where the seams are, see what style. I'm just looking at some pictures here. Whoops. I ended up on a sexy apparel site. Hold on. I didn't click the right way. I just want to see the picture. There we go. Okay. All right. So funny.
I love the tights so much that I'm seeing a short like an ankle boot, but
okay.
That's me.
All right. I need the feedback because my brain's going to stop working here in a second. I could even cut this sole maybe to like really sharpen it up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes when you cut a wrap shape, you have to be careful because you can leave all of the ends that were, going around. So I probably won't do that. Okay. All right. I'm just going to make something and then we'll see how successful it is. I should look in my dragon stash too, because I had some other wet felted pieces. Oh, I have a dark teal. Ooh, I have lizard skin. I have, What do you think about that? Here's our choices. Purple, this crazy fabulous silver, which I could also try to make a point to use somewhere else. Turtle skin, maybe a little too bumpy for the scale. And then, no, that does not go at all. Let's play with the silver.
That silver is wild.
Yeah. So I want to make a little toe cap. This is my first piece. determine how wide it needs to be, and then make 2 the same, and then make it round. And then attach it.
Is that the yak silk in there?
Yeah, we have to get that. For the peoples. I'm sorry about the angles.
You're like just almost off the edge.
I know. I need to just move this stupid camera back. Not stupid. You're wonderful. Okay.
Don't stop working on me.
Stick with me, camera. Alright, I'm trying to stab this into the crease between the foot and the platform. And then I can also stab, I mean, I'm not trying to make her boots removable, so I'm just going to stab them right onto her feet. That's a good start. And then I'll come back with some scissors and trim up whatever is sticking down here. I'm really concentrating on between the foot and the sole that I made. Oh, she's got some platform mules on.
Mm-hmm.
Not exactly sure how I'm going to treat this edge yet. Okay, then we need to make a cup-shaped piece for the heel. So it's going to be flat around the bottom in the part that goes around the foot, and then it's going to have a curve. So it's going to be kind of like a half circle. So let me just get approximately how wide. Okay, it needs to be that wide. Needs to be this wide. And we need 2. And then we want to make it a little, well, I should do them at the same time. Little half circle. So then this shape goes around the heel like this, with this part coming right at the back of the heel. So this is too tall, so I'm going to cut it again. I need to lose about 1/4 inch there, actually. So it's going to look more like this. I should have worn boots today. I could have broken down the design. But I think I want to put the shaft of the boot on first, and then the heel usually goes over it. So in this case, I'm going to make the shaft just a simple taco. You could have a slit, there's a lot of different things you could do. So I'm going to set those aside. Then I'm going to see how tall do I want her boot to be. Uh-oh. Oh, my sister's calling me. And, we said not very tall, right?
Well, you can do whatever you want. The leggings are just fun.
Yeah. So about that wide, I'm going to go a little wider. And I'm going to start here with the height. And then I'll cut another one, and then we'll see where we are with it. Kind of like this edge, this top edge, so I'm going to leave it as the top of the boot. I'm not going to fold it over or anything. But I will fringe out other edges unless we want it to look like she has a zipper. So you could have a seam. Let me fringe out the bottom a little. There's also like a tongue shape that can go there, but we might skip that and just see how this looks as is.
The silver is really picking up the shine.
Yeah. Cool. Now, I'm just trying to decide, do I want one going over the other? Do I just want to bring it together? Almost like let me just bring it together, and then it would maybe even need to be stitched. But that could be like a look. I have a pair of boots that were like that, actually.
Blue ones?
It was yeah, those blue boots are awesome. I need a reason to wear those. Stinking COVID. So I'm just stabbing them together and having a raw edge. And then I'll decide, like, do I cut that off or what am I doing there? Oh, these are sort of 90s. I think I had these in the 90s, except they were black. The trick with the needle felted shoe is maintaining the shape and gracefulness of a foot. Well, hopefully gracefulness. All right, now my heel piece. Which somehow, they're there, under the hat. I kind of like these little raw edges of the brown pre-felt with the silver on it. I think it's kind of cool looking. You know what? I'm going to cut this out a little bit because I want that graceful ankle shape.
How would it look to cover the black with teal?
That might look better. Yeah.
Could be cool.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of wire around her ankle where I want it to be.
Really stabbing.
Yeah. Sometimes you can find the angle that works. If you're working around a lot of wire, if you kind of bounce your needle without too much force, it'll just hop off. It'll just, like, you can hear I'm hitting wire, but if you're light about it, you won't break anything. So depending on teal or black, I would put a little bit of sole in between the heel and the platform also. But yeah, she's like a Spice Girl, man. She's like a Spice Girl meets Bette Midler, kind of. She needs, I'm not gonna do the other boot because I'm running out of juice. Whoops. That can stay there. This one can go, no. You. I got it now. Yes.
Someone's saying it looks like a little bit like a Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas creation.
Yes. Fergie wants these boots. And she loves her lady lumps. Alright, let's give her... She looks a little like kind of Melanie meets Stevie Nicks when she has her bangs on. We're gonna give her a little cover up, a little bandeau.
I think the tulle kind of skirt look is also gonna have a little bit of like Madonna 80s vibe, so I think the boots are gonna look good.
She's gonna be... It's so funny. Yeah, I mean... She has a lot of look. And I don't know, I think I'll work on like blending the boots a little bit and refining my seams and but I do like the cut edge. So I don't know if I'm gonna do a little bit of stitching or how I'm gonna handle this. But and then I'll decide too about the platform being maybe.
Does it stay black? Do you change the color?
I kind of like the idea of teal. I probably have to make a core to tack on there.
Right.
But yeah, her boots are cool. It's just I don't know. Like I gotta work on her face.
Can she stand in those shoes?
No, I doubt it.
Not happening.
Yeah. So much has to be just right. Everyone was, here see a lot of like, oh, I ripped her face off 4 times and it's true. Like it's all the refining and did it, Kyla. You'll see it in 10 seconds.
Get out.
I mean, I can't sneeze.
Can't breathe.
I can't breathe. Let's see what it takes.
Right here.
Like, I know I'm going to spend a lot of time on her face is not looking the way that I intended it to. So, but she totally looks like she's ready for Burning Man. She's ready to bear it all at Burning Man and make some art. I've never been there. I don't know what it's like. I got her to stand twice. She's doing the nanu with her fingers.
Yeah, but if she had something to like lean on,
Oh,
she'd
totally.
stand.
Yeah, totally. So, yeah, I do not want to cover up her tights now. So,
she gets a short skirt.
she has her short skirt. I have the one layer of tulle here. And I have another piece to make a second layer. So, yeah, that'll be cute. Maybe her skirt will just be the tulle. I don't know. Maybe she'll wear this very tribal wrap top she has. I don't know, but her butt's cute. I'm looking at her butt. Uh-oh, I just upset the delicate balance.
Well, people are definitely going to want to see pictures when she is finished.
Hopefully I can finish and not just... Sometimes I get to this point and move on to the next thing at hand. Which is also a good thing because it's usually something new to offer. But yeah, I hope so we have an auction coming up. I think we did not do it last year. Is that right?
I don't think so. Well, you were trying to save up critters for sheep and wool.
Right. And so sheep and wool didn't happen. And so sheep and wool is pretty much the only time I sell my animals. I did make a half of an effort for about a week to put things onto the website, which might still happen, but it's kind of on my list of things to try to make happen. But we are going to have an auction on December 4th, so it'll be the one time this year that my stuff is available for sale. So that will be motivation for me to finish and refine the things that I've been making. The mermaids, the dragons, the horses, the witches, a lot of bigger sculptures. And then I do still have a lot of the smaller sculptures that represent the supply packs that we sell. Some nativity animals and if anybody... Oh, no, at the top of the shelf is going to be cut off. I was going to say there's like a Fiber Fairy clue on the shelf, but it's... You can't see it. We're going to be getting ready for that and for the Fiber Fairy. So that'll be fun. And... bare arms and bracelets. Yeah. Oh, I'm not sure what everybody's talking about. Okay. I'm like just glancing at the comments. So that was fun. This was like a really cool project to see evolve on Fanfare because everybody had so many different takes on it and some really creative sculptures and faces, hair, ideas about clothes. I loved who had like the fringy silk edges. It was just recent. Oh shoot. Anyway, lots of inspiring each other, which is what the group is about. So yeah, so that was fun. Okay, well, I think that's all I've got in me for today, and we'll keep you posted on what we plan to do if we're going to pick this back up or maybe go back to the creature feature or I don't know. Not sure. what's in the cards yet.
What's in the cards?
Yeah.
A busy several Saturdays ahead, though.
Yes. Thank you for being here, Kyla.
Sure.
And we will catch you all soon. Not sure if we'll be live before is it the 25th? Friday
I
the
think
25th?
it's the 24th or the 25th.
Okay, that Friday.
Friday.
Yeah.
The 25th, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see you then, if not before. And have fun felting. And I look forward to more witch pictures. And I will try to finish and hone in on my decisions here. She's the first witch, needs a lot of help too. So they both have a ways to go. But so okay, take care.
See ya.